Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy IX on an exercise bike. I played that much Fire Emblem Three fucking houses that like every time I start saying that I just want to say welcome back to playing Fire Emblem. We're not playing Fire Emblem, obviously we are playing this. Two things have happened since mine. It's a new day, but there are two sort of, I don't know, developments, is that what you'd call it? Two things that have happened that I would just like to just bring up, just touch on. The first, last night was an awful night's sleep generally, but it was my first Final Fantasy IX related dream. Oh wow, Shah, were you in like the Battle for Alexandria or something like that? No, I was just playing the game Final Fantasy IX. I think I was like changing the ability things or whatever, or trying to grind something up. So it's not thrilling, but it's something. The other thing, and I guess it's not really relevant to you watching this at this time, but the tier lists video that I mention, I talk about this a lot and how, you know, what ranking Final Fantasy IX should be on it. Well, I record these videos ahead of time. It went live yesterday, and for whatever reason, in terms of views, it's been the most successful one. Just I don't know why that is, but yeah. So that was a nice feature. It's the time of writing is not the most successful one in terms of likes to dislikes. It's definitely coming up a little short on that, and most people are clicking through it. Not that I care, but in these like really early days of the I've still got the music on dead loud. In the early days of the channel. Yeah, it's just nice to see, and I keep forgetting she's got that. Like it's a decent mechanic, but oh god, I'm in a trance now. Trance. Yeah, it's very early days of the channel right now. As I say, a lot of things are recorded way in advance. But yeah, it was interesting to see. I didn't know how it would take off. But take off it has. Another. Let's go to Mithril Armour. Oh, that reduces water damage, so that's something I still put to it now. I might just double back round here actually. We are going to go to the village, but I could just, like, while I've got a party of 4, which feels like a friggin' rare day, I wouldn't mind just killing a few things. To attack Freya. Dagger can't concentrate. No. Poor Dagger. Don't tell me why you can't concentrate. I didn't realise you had it. Addiction. Good. Oh, is that just because of the mental state thing. Yeah, she's not showing us any status, so I guess that's just her now. Right, fine. Okay. Attack. 3 is very nice. And she'll have more things to go up soon. Yeah, that seems like a reasonable thing to go for next. What did you get? Mithril gloves. Cool. There's a swamp where we could do stuff with Quenna, but guess what? We're not going to do stuff with Quenna. I don't think we ever need to use them again. I think they can just be benched. That's be wrong. Can you attack her? Attack, steal, attack. Very good. I would prefer that if it was a lot less cumbersome to use, but still. Cool, and more peridot for the pile. Right, I think it was these two again, wasn't it? So it will be for some time. Thunder gloves. I think I'd rather have you with Evade, to be honest. Although I don't know if somebody else needs those Thunder gloves. Well, he's got the Thunder gloves, so... do you know what? No. You can stay in that. They also... they reduce damage and... yeah, okay, fine. Oh, did Steiner have something that went up as well? Oh, yeah, there's tons of stuff. Including chainmail. No. Oh shit, I didn't give Freya that AP up either. You do get cactuars around here, which is something to be mindful of. Yeah. Well, I'm here for it. Accuracy plus 2 is nice. Ability upgrade is nicer. Bird killer, pure. We'll wander around the swamp, but let's go to it. Steal. Attack. Fine. Number. Cool. Right. So Zidane, gamble defense is good and well. Do we have? Ooh, that's well. I think start with that. Fine, and thunder gloves and gold helmet. Okay, good. That is about everything it looks like. So, I'm not going to equip anything much lower. Yeah, I'm going to nosy to the end there and just see what that is. I think it's just a normal route. Sometimes those are areas. More for the pile. Peridot for the pile. To be anything. Right, this is. I know it's only a handful of levels, but it makes me feel a little bit more on top of what's there because we're getting to the point now where we're sort of drowning. We're getting more items than we're getting AP. Play. Cool. Right. Healing rod, well it was a nice gig while it lasted. We're now back on to magic racket. I think I prefer a ritual. Armlet, nothing doing, silk robe, hello, survival vest, and well, can I just check with her? I mean, also healer, I'm not quite sure how healer works, but this is the quick. Okay, not going to specify. Exactly that does. Fine, whatever. Right, okay, yeah. So the most dangerous of all the fights. I think what we do here is here. Do you know what? Let's just attack the thing. Okay, nasty. Yeah, out she goes, but if anyone was going to go down, she was the one. Doesn't matter. I say it doesn't really matter. If Freya attacks him, this will get nasty quite quickly, actually. Okay, good. Alright, good. I'll level up, keep them coming. Well, the other thing this will do actually is generate some. In fact, maybe we'll go around once more. Although, because I mean, it's not generating like vast amounts of money, but what money it is generating is how far does Cure get you? Yeah, it's going to be useful because we're going to have to do some synergies in Black Mage Village. So yeah, maybe just going around once more might be useful. Which is actually one of the more he's one of the more useful people to have those high tides because he gains more. Sapphire, Perido, blah 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 blah. Oh, to life. But first off, I'll do the gains room and the diamonds room. Yeah, so we've made about 6,000, so another loop round, assuming that gives us another 6,000. That's like something. Although I suspect that the pace is gonna tail off a little bit in terms of the item acquisition from here on out, so at least there's that. Can't concentrate, that's fine. Jelly. There's probably areas I could be in that would be serving this better than this, but it's going to be apart from the cactus, which are frightening. Cool. Go Steiner. Zidane. Come to it. Cool. Accuracy is nice for certain things, but necessarily everything. I think actually this gold alpha. Yeah, okay, fine. So she's gonna be fixed in that for some time. Nope, guess not. So coming in being actually useful. And annoying mental break at the same time. Feels, I don't know, auspicious. Right, Zidane. That is Gladius done. So we don't have anything other than Rune Tooth, but Rune Tooth will at least be more damage. Ice Brand is Mental Break. Coral Sword. Okay, attacking with Thunder. See some more levels up soon. On top of that. Sorry, I can't remember each one. I do have to keep going back, and this is why I'm dreaming of it. Because I can't bloody remember off these things. Equip. What was it you just got? Oh, that. Well, that's one that one with armor. It looks like we've gained a couple of abilities, so why don't we? Honestly, like, it would be really nice to get freaking clear-headed, but I don't know what else we'd take. What have we got? Do that. Yeah, I'm not sure with Healer whether that does what I think it does. I think it might heal them. Whoever she's attacking, right? Add status would be nice if he had a status, but he doesn't. So we'll just do that. Right, okay. Here it is. Terror time. That's the right call or not, to be honest, but... Good. A, she guards against it, and B, even if she didn't, she's the least risky to have that. Right, okay. Look at that. we now have enough health to survive. I could have healed myself. Oh, alright. Unless this goes through the dam, I guess we won't all be surviving. Well, we came out of it an item up. So, actually, ability, use, life, cura, that. Short one. Just in case he misses, but he doesn't miss. Which one was that? Nice as that is, I think I might have to give you Mage's Hat just by virtue of the fact that we've got a couple of them. Coming your way soon. What did he get? Mithril armor he's already got. MP attack. Oh, iron helmet. Right. Fortunately for Steiner, he is quite a way behind on those. In fact, actually, let me just quickly check. None of these give, even if it is counter, and counter is great, if something's got AP up, then it would have made sense to give him that. Oh well. There, I guess. Won't be getting it. Why are we stealing potions from these things? So Zidane, I think his thievery powers, whatever they're called, or the dying trance stuff, like does more damage based on how many times he's stolen things. So even though we're probably maxed out on potions, plus potions still you sort of have even now, like VV and Garnet, like it softens a blow on them. Right, Medan's. Oh my god, he's gonna have that for a while, isn't he? But have that for a while or not, it is bloody useful. Survival vest. got that now, so probably back to Silk Road. Yeah, back to Silk Road. I think so. Magic armlet. There's nothing. Ritual hat. There is nothing. Oh, no, there's nothing. And magic racket. There is nothing. Start it. Freya. Freya, what did you... Locomotion, wasn't it? Well, I guess you kind of stay with what you've got. But yeah, that's it. We've done a nice little bit of grind to give us some breathing room going into this bit, but I don't think. I don't think we need to go any further than that. It looks like it's around about half an hour of grinding. But it's like the thing with this, like it doesn't feel like grinding in this game. Because it's like we're actually doing like combat. It feels more grinding when we're walking around just trapped in an infinite dialogue. That's like the slow, stodgy bit. Okay, mini devil killer. I'm also not sure that like turning speed up makes the fights any faster whatsoever. I'm going to try turning the fight speed back down to medium because it just doesn't seem to do anything. I think it... Did he get one? No. She did. She got Leviathan, Kiva, and Mini. Right, okay. Cool. Part of me is tempted to bring Vivi in for this, but part of me is tempted to bring Vivi in for this. Do I get him? Since it's his black mage thing, we'll do it. And we'll drop. We really should be dropping Freya. No, drop Freya. go based on personality. Sorry, Freya. Well, that's not worth it, is it? But somebody else might need that, so... Ooh. Beach battles. Yeah, no, more exciting. Does Freya have hold of anything particularly useful? Probably worth unequipping her, isn't it? Ice Lance doesn't matter. Gold Helm could come down for Iron Helm. Thunder Gloves. Mind you, she's the only one who uses these anyway, so bollocks to that. But the Lapis Lazuli or whatever, that is not going to fly. Some desert boots on. Okay. Well, she's getting some levels. So, if we do use her in future, it won't be quite so bad. Sid. Yes, I want to change my party. Freya, sorry, Vivi comes in. Queen, oh good, so they do level up in the background as well. Yeah, man. That's animation. Not sure that the lag afterwards was keep, but the animation was nice. Right, Oak Staff, Cypress Pile, Mage's Hat, Dark Hat, Bone Wrist, Egoist's Armlet. So the West is fine, Sapphire is fine. Yes, there's a lot to level up there, no we won't bother. As long as he hits. There we go. Very nice. There will come a point with Zidane where maybe we should take off the level up boost because he's flying ahead of everyone else, and I think that your attribute increases are related to the weapons you've got, if memory serves. Oh. Right, okay. Well, good job we brought Viva, really, isn't it? That's what it is. Right, we could be here some time. So we don't tend to do much else. Can we do Bazarum or something? That is like one huge danger of these elemental attack swords. Right. Owls didn't used to be here. Graveyard would be a smart bet, but what's this? Right, well I guess that money wasn't something we needed to worry about too much, was it? Spend it all at once. Ah, yes. So I think this could be interesting. Alright, fabulous. Does that bring anybody operating this? No. Right, okay. Do we want to go and have one final word? Let's go and have one final word. And what a word. Right, okay, well. Maybe we'll get more out of the chocobo, guys. Like for a game that spends like you know, why use 5 words when you can use 500? Like, it doesn't give you much here in the interesting bits. Okay. 2 seconds. Right, it looks like people rock up in the party anyway, regardless of whether or not They are people rock up destinations irrespective of whether or not they're in the party. I am going to take a chance on Dagger. I know that's risky for very little reward, but I just feel like there's a possibility there. So yeah. Oh, we didn't rest at the inn, did we? Fucking hell. Let's get some heals in. Fat, probably just a 10. Or is it? Or do we just eat it? Decided. What is this? It's an email. So we'll deal with afterwards. Golden dagger. Vivi, did you have? Did I see a level up and I see an ability up. Body temp, I do not care. To be fair, in some way I don't care. Fine. Okay. And then Garnet. Cool, you're going to get Ifrit. We're getting all these summons. Again, it's mostly just for completionist purposes. I can't see us ever going to use them. Do we do a loop round with Vivi? Just to get him up on his things. Oh. Huh. I'm not quite sure who confused him then. I think it was Vivi. What are these notifications? Oh, good luck here. Right, ability up and high tide. We like those. What was giving you ability up? It was Bradine. I'm going to go Adamantine Vest just because there's a lot of them. The rest there. High tide for that. Okay, give me anything so it'll be Mage's Hat. Sapphire. Yeah, get Demi. Oh, actually, Demi you're already getting from that, and it's going to be. No, don't bother with Demi. Must be something better. We'll Demi on another thing. How many have we got? Wait, where is it? Oh, we've got like one. Oh, just take some bloody. No, we're gonna. Get double the experience. So okay, fine. You can keep Demi. We'll go and do one round. Sorry, it's been a rather grindy episode. You'll be continuously forgetting to do so. Alright, can you concentrate? Nope. Let's cure you, cure you. Rest of the way. Could, technically speaking, go back to the previous continent, go and do some synergy. I'm not sure where we would go. Demi, as advertised. So we'll now give Vivi whatever accessory we have a lot of. You have one, Vivi-san. Peridot is looking very appealing. Yes. I mean, I guess if we've got the demi kit and the accessories are done, Vivi can probably manage the rest. Oh, having said that, right, a memory comes to me. Maybe we do want to take Vivi in this because there's one of them where like you need magic. I don't know if it's Kuja's palace. Like the exact fucking moment that it gives you a party that can finally do damage, and it's like nope, none for you. We'll go there, we'll have a nosy and we'll see. If we are going there, probably means that we should consider stacking up on ethers. Yeah, I think we're going shopping before we go and do this. Great charge, lovely. Okay. Right, can't remember who got it. Okay, fine. Right, okay, so non-event. Right, at this point I guess we just turn back. So the nearest shops. To be fair, the nearest shop's probably the dwarf village. So yes, I think we'll just go there. Right. Yeah, we might as well do that. Right. Bearings lost. Oh, it was up here, wasn't it? Yeah, that's the swamp. We're in there. Combat feeling absolutely in no way whatsoever slower for all this. Just fairly meaningless. I still think that now that we're here in the combat system and like choosing those powers, the abilities, I think that's a good thing. I don't know about the grinding. That's a bit more up in the air, but yeah. Will I remember to stay at the inn? Place your bets. I'm going to say no. To the pile. Okay. She must be getting there now for some reason. Hello. Right. Okay. Good. So you now can have the magic peridot. Surplus. Like you wouldn't normally end up in a Final Fantasy style game grinding this early on. Grinding would normally be a disc 4 activity. Obviously, you can use it to ensure you're not under leveled, but yes, we did. Okay. Yeah. Okay. In This one? Alright, well. Okay. So I don't remember my way around this village. There's a synergy shop somewhere. It's another one of these maps where it's just like it just fades into the background for me. Wendy Grosso. Right, shop. You don't actually sell ethers. It's not ideal. Maybe get a couple more tents. So we've got one option there. Wait. So where's the other bit? Oh, it's down here. So is this just... Oh, this just buys weapons. Okay. Right, well... In the spirit of this, I'm going to try and make sure that we've got at least 3 of everything that could be useful, that isn't like basically Quenna's stuff. Right. I don't think the poison. Come up. Okay, so that sign. Right. But this. So there's somewhere around here there should be a synergy shop. I'm sure there was a synergy shop here, wasn't there? Was there not? Bloody hell, this is going to be a fucking long-winded episode at this rate. So either there's one here, or this goes straight into the other bit there. So unless either of you want to synergize weapons, I think we're shit out of luck here, aren't we? Right. Well, where the fuck would we synergize a weapon then? Right. Medine Saray will not, like, is not going to have it. What was Fossil Roo? Was Fossil Roo just the entrance? I don't really remember. No, that's just where we came out. Okay, fine. If we come down here, there's going to be Bugger All and Clara. Don't know Bermesia. Alexandria Hart, I mean, I wouldn't count on Alexandria. I think... Unless they let us in back to Lindblom. God, that's a long way. I think we're probably best off just getting on with it. Not so much for content, but like just... It's just going to be such a long bloody way. Because I don't even know, like, if we go back there, I reckon there's a reasonable chance that Lindblom will just be sealed off. Gosh, I mean, I'm gonna steal. Then again, we've kind of got the money now. I really didn't. I'd forgotten that everybody had left Black Mage Village, obviously, and then forgot that whatever it's called, bloody Scotland doesn't have a synthesis. I might have to go back to Lindblom. I'm forgetting to steal stuff as well, which is not helping. Styleone's counter. I get yet more Peridot. I wonder what's winning between that and all. Fairly close round the same. Still not have high time. It's far behind. Right, I'm gonna go for Lindblom. I don't think Alexandria is an option. I'm not sure with Bermesia that will ever be recovered in this game time. I think that like Bermesia, like, 'cause it's just the way it's laid out feels like a dungeon. The next thing is like whether or not we can even freaking find the harbour. No, please. Right, okay. Right, are we going to be blocked off? No, at least not yet. Ride to base level station. Mid-level. So this is like the other thing with I guess it's an exercise in world building, isn't it? Is this better than like a Final Fantasy VII style? Most maps, I mean, obviously mid goes its own thing, but in 7 you just go in and you're in the centre of town, and like town is normally one map. Or is this fucking palaver like 7 screens away? And not even like simple transition screens, but like screens that we have to load in animations to get to. Please don't do that, game. Like, up to leave should not then take me back into the place I've just left. I don't even know if I've got enough money now, do I? Maybe we'll sell some Peridot if it comes to that. It was this way, wasn't it? Right, okay. So what are our options? Right, Angel Bless. So we basically need to get like some money. So we're going to sell some Peridot and some ore. If it later comes back and says, no, you need to like keep, you know. Was that 22 then? How many ore then? Ore 45. Right. I'm going to sell 20 ore and 10 Peridot and 10 Peridot. Like maybe that's 6. Oh no, I'm not going to sell any Peridot. Not worth bugger all. So I think that uses up our only Gladius, but it's just like so much better. Oh no, it's not our only Gladius. And yeah. So thievery, whatever that is, but also confuse and also that, so that feels very much worthwhile. We've got one of those in stocks. The yellow scarf I think we need for other stuff as well. I think we've only got one linen cuirass, haven't we? I really don't know how to say that word. I need to hear it said by someone. Yeah, just auto arrange, please. Right, how many? We've got one. I'm not a huge fan of using up our last one. But like we don't have any otherwise. So I think the gold choker is probably going to be worth more to us. The other stuff here is probably going to be out of budget unless we can get some more things from elsewhere. No, I think we leave it at that. You're getting that. Gold choker doesn't actually give that much here for her. What about for you? Right, okay, well not like a resounding success that, but at least we got the weapon for Tidus though. I mean, like that alone I think makes this trip worth it. Yeah, okay, right. Right, firstly, is there anything that we've got here that we haven't... Every time I see that, I'm like, oh, right, nothing. Okay. Probably give it another 8 minutes on the bike and then call that. Do the last bit of this set down, if you don't mind. Limited capacity. In fact, let's not mute ourselves. Or maybe I should mute myself, I don't know. Another thing with this is like Ride to Serpent's Gate, and the other one's Dragon's Gate, I think. Like, just call it the dock. You know, like it's fine. You know, nobody's going to mind. Just call it the dock, and yeah. Right, if we are going to take those folks, I think I'm going to equip. We'll take the Peridot off and we'll have a look and see what looks good here. Earth damage reduced. Absorbing thunder I really like. Or absorbing ice. I think we'll go ice on you. I think we'll go thunder on you. And you're actually doing something with that. Huh? Right, okay. Yeah, we're going the long way around a little bit. Figured we might see some nice stuff on the way. Take a sightseeing trip. Who knows, maybe we can get that cheap picture out of the site. I'm looking at the coast, why I'm not shifting the camera. The camera, when I shift it, the angle goes a bit on the weird side. But I think that this has been, I mean, there's Alexandria Dock if you're interested in that. Other than that, fairly uneventful. So Kuja's Palace is somewhere on the left side, the east side of the map. The phrasing used. Doesn't it? Right. How long? Let's wait 2.5 minutes. Oh god. This looks a bit more drastic than I was anticipating. Demi is okay. I don't mind Demi. It looks so menacing. It's like, I wonder what it's got. Ore. But ore means prizes. At some point it's going to... I was about to say suck us. It's going to try and suck us in, I suspect. But, oh, she fails. Nice. That's Comet. Oh right, okay, so it's just, yeah, it's kind of in here. Right, what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to do some rejigging of the equipment, because I think as much as ability up is nice, I think it's probably more useful to have people staying alive down here. Auto potion I'm more than happy with, clear-headed. High tide I don't think matters for her so much. Chemist is obvious. We've actually got the space anyway, so okay, fine. She keeps that. Zidane, your time for level up has gone. Right, the killers are useful. I think we're taking that off you as well. Clear-headed is so fucking useful. We'll try that. Vivi. Also potion clear-headed. And locomotion probably. Steiner is a bit low. Well, he doesn't even have level up equipped. He's looking pretty good all round. I guess we could switch out an undead killer for the extra health. But no, I think I can just do that. Right, okay, cool. Alright. Yeah, let's save. Oh, and we missed the bike cuts off. So come off that. I'm gonna feel my ass cheeks again. It's not something I talk about much on the channel, other than to just moan about it. But I'm kind of trying to set an example with this. Like, if you're going to play video games, especially games with a pad, get an exercise bike. Just do, because like you really, like you don't notice it go, and like an hour on an exercise bike, yeah, I mean it's not bloody high intensity interval training, but you know, it just feels quite sort of free. Anyway. Oh, you who won me card battles. I feel like I fought you before, so. Okay. I'm still going to attack you, so count the horn away. Whoa! Maybe you don't count the horn away. Maybe what happens if we do Lazara on you? I'll tell you what, it's a good job we saved it, isn't it? Who's transit? Oh, right. Might have been suicide. This also might be suicide, but we'll see. Damn. No, they don't cure here. Good trance, Sedan. Very good trance. Trance is not a well-designed system. Okay. I'm gonna absolutely, categorically die on that hill. Do we not have... You've got all these powers, but you don't actually have the power to heal. Right, okay. It just seemed the cheapest way to do it. Probably wasn't. Go anti-clockwise and see where it takes us. Or maybe you just have to do them all. You steal, you focus, you cure, we probably, I guess we'll just leave Vivi. And Garnet. Until we've done this, we might as well, not get rid of the darkness. Cool, yeah. Did that not get it? I'm going to take a gamble here and go in with Steiner, but... Oh, shit. Right, Zidane on the other hand will need eye drops because we don't tend to attack with Zidane. But VV will might as well leave. Right, okay. Eye drops. And in fact, let's Phoenix down you, and we'll get you to heal everyone up. But we might as well, if we know we're going to be attacking these things. What was Bright Eyes is 4, so Devil Killer, Man Killer are coming off. Bright Eyes are coming on. Do you have Bright Eyes? No, Bright Eyes isn't something you concern yourself with. Do you? Nope. Okay. Happy days. As soon as we do it, that's what happens. Abilities on this. Nice. Well, since it's anti-magic, like that, obviously it's hit that. But she can, like, she's still useful even with anti-magic because she's, you know, potions and shit. I like Freya. Amarant's probably more powerful, but I just like Freya. So. The name. Wait, what? Who are we saying that to? Yeah, like a. Right, here we are in anti-magic land. So good. I don't know anything better there, did we? No. Desert boots, no. Oh god, she's got loads of stuff that she can learn. Anklet. We'll give her counter. I think counter in this could be quite high value. So she gets freeze for that. She does do more damage with that. I need to have these two equipped for a little while though, unfortunately. We can get, if we get rid of Bird Killer and the health, then we can get counter. Oh, let's do that. Kind of tempting to give Zidane protect girls, but right. I noticed it stopped doing the, like, you are in such and such a place text across the screen, which is good. The realisation that, like, yes, trouble is going to be a thing. What does trouble even do, actually, come to think of it? they assume that you'll take this place with maybe Amaranth. Can you, yeah, just status. Not that, although it's nice to see. Yeah. What is trouble? Oh yeah. Okay. Just have some monsters kicking about. Right, on the basis of what happened last time, we will be stealing from you, we will be attacking with you, we will be yumping with you, and we will, still not really clear on what that does. I guess since we're leaving the area, we might as well use the anointing thing. Okay, good work. I'll take her off level up once we get, like, I think, oh, we already got, oh, so, hold on, right, so Steiner doesn't, right, firstly, what does it call this? Stop being so troubled, and, yeah. We need 5 from somewhere, which is Bird Killer and Man Eater. I think maybe until they get parity with Dagger. Like Zidane's a bit ahead of the curve, but feels like Dagger isn't. Right, hopefully he managed to keep some of these monsters off his airship. I'm not in control. I can't change the camera, can't do thingy, this is a cutscene. There's the infantry, hello. Hello. scratching. That's really shit. Like, so somebody sat down, like, probably, like, to be fair, probably a translator rather than a writer, sat down and was like, okay, well, I'll try and do my best with this. But it's terrible. What's the lesson there? Poetry's tough, and like sometimes like translation is an art, rather than a science. It's like the further you start to get, like in terms of language and cultural distance, the more you're in the hands of the translator. I don't know if I've mentioned it before. Like, one of my favourite books is a. It's on the floor here. It's too. And it's some poetry by a Chinese, like, I think he's like 15th century poet, a guy called Li Po. Oh no, he's much older than that. Sorry, he's like 8th century. And it's the Selected Poems of Li Po, and it's translated by a guy called David Hinton. But the point is that, like, that book is really good, really nice poetry in it. But it's as much David Hinton as it is Li Po. Like because like Hinton's had to translate, interpret, and reflect that into like language and terms that were just not present. There were nothing to do with the source material. One of my other close friends, who's Polish, we were talking about Terry Pratchett, and obviously Terry Pratchett, fantastic. But she was saying that, like, she read many of the books in Polish. Now she's read them all in English. But she said that she has not just favourite books, but favourite translators. And you can totally see why, because like something like Terry Pratchett, particularly, like, being so satirical, like, it reflects a lot of the British society and the British, like, cultural mindset, as well as the language. So trying to make that suitable for the Polish audience, like, which is, have a different mindset and a different cultural context. Even obviously we're in a globalised world now, and everything's kind of shrinking. The world is getting culturally smaller. It's an art. And when it comes to, like, distance culturally and it's not linguistically, or the word be I can't even say the word, but the distance and the sort of the language and the manners of communication is it's pretty huge. It doesn't get much bigger than like Japanese to English. And, like, even when you start learning really basic Japanese, you realise that, like, basic translations that you take for granted in sort of European languages, like, just don't hold up. We were talking about, like, I was thinking, like my favourite examples my two favourite examples of it, so just to talk about Japanese now, are English has definite articles relating to proximity. It has two, this and that. Japanese has got three, kono sono ano. And the easiest way to translate it in English, the simple way, is this, that, and that over there. But you can't literally translate that, and like, you know, it's going over to Japan. It was fun, like, like when you're sort of saying, like, in the restaurant, it's like, oh, what is this dish? And they're like, what? I'm like, what is that dish? Oh, that dish. You know, it's you know, before you even get to the ano situations. So that's one thing, and then like the other thing is, like, when you're learning basic Japanese, you know, there's certain phrases in any language that you are useful, like the basics of, you know, hello, good morning, can I have, please, thank you, and sorry, and like, please in Japanese, like, a lot of the first answers you get for that, certainly like the one Duolingo offers, and yeah, we can talk about how bad Duolingo is, but it's most people's first, or has been most people's first route in, so a lot of people are familiar with it. It talks about kudasai, but kudasai is more like do this thing, or give this to me. Like, please is probably better represented by what's it? Onegaishimasu, which is just the formalization of something. But then you get into this and like the etymology of the language. Sorry, I'm on a rant now, but it's like certain words, like, I don't know what onegaishimasu literally means, but it isn't like the etymology of words there, like onegaishimasu, which is making something polite, is a literal present tense verb for something. Like the other one that that they'll teach you in Duolingo, and it's a good, if you're going over to Japan, this is the word for sorry. There's loads of different ways to say sorry, but the best one, as far as I could see, if you're going to know one, the one that you want is sumimasen, and sumimasen doubles for excuse me. Most of the time it's like, some people have talked about like gomen nasai, but like, that's my understanding of that, is that's a less formal, it's just complicated. Like, if you're going to pick one as somebody who's going to know, like, you know, like, I don't know, 20 words of Japanese, sumimasen is the one I would go for. If you're going to go out there for a sustained period and you're going to know, you know, 1,000 words of Japanese, then at that point, like, okay, well, you know, there's context you'd use that in, and context you very much wouldn't use it in. But the point is that sumimasen, which you'll hear Japanese people say, you know, excuse me, like, oh, you know, I'm sorry, or you know, that sort of feel, is a negative conjugation of the verb sumu, which is the closest I can get with this is to seal, as in to seal like a deal, like you would seal a deal or a contract or something. So what you're saying in the literal sense is the deal between us is unsealed. And from like a literal British translation point of view, like, what? So ultimately you have to, when you're translating things like this, this obviously was written in Japanese, you're at the mercy of the translator. They are as responsible for the storytelling as the original Japanese writers, really. Maybe not quite that well. It's hard to know. It depends on what they're translating. So, in this, when we're talking about RPGs in this day and age, localization, like, it's a toughie. If you're going to do a story-based game, like you really care about your story and your writing, and particularly if you're talking about sort of like metaphors or themes or like sort of existentialism of this or whatever. Like you want to get a translator in who is who's also a writer. Like it seems like there's a lot of games out there, a lot of indie games where completely understandably you go for people who, for fan trans, like you get your fans to localize it, and obviously that's a cost option, but it carries a lot of risks with it. That your message may not get across if you're really trying to say something artistic, but also maybe your message doesn't land. Maybe like somebody needs to take a look at it and think about the themes and do that and culturally translate it. I think especially, to be fair, if you're... I'm making the assumption that the only people who will watch this video are, like, English... Like, well... I say English... Yeah, who are English speakers. I don't imagine this is going to land... These videos statistically are ever going to land with anybody in Japan or China or Vietnam or anything, like in that sphere of the world. But with the Japanese translations, particularly if you are going to try and market things to Japan, which I think there's a lot of people like the idea of doing that. If you're playing if you're making a JRPG, there's definitely a certain appeal to like, oh, can I get that in the land of its origin? For those situations, I think relying on a fan translation, particularly, like a lot of the fan translations of anime or basic video games have been like obviously not bad because they've been incorrect, but bad because they've either been like very literally translated by folks who often like the nuances of metaphor and analogy are kind of difficult concepts, or there's just been like, you know, like everything's been made more edgy by, you know, like the tonal context gets lost in the you know, profanity that's thrown in to make it seem cool, adult, I don't know. Yeah. So, like, trying to get somebody in who can do that. In this case, I mean, God knows what it was like in the original Japanese version, but Thorn and Zorn, they just don't land well. And like, the decision to run with this, like, these crappy poetic attempts, it's like, no. I also just don't think that, like, they fit in with the world. Like, this is one of the things, the problem. Sorry. Going back to Final Fantasy IX more specifically now. I often say, like, you know, I indeed said in the tier list that I did, that 7 and 10 have the best worlds. They are the best Final Fantasy worlds, without question. Why is 9 so below it? Well, part of it's just like, these two characters are not, like, what are they in terms of this? They're like kind of comic relief, sort of menacing, but also like, just what are they? They're just like two short twin dudes. Like what? It feels sometimes with a lot of the Final Fantasies. I think after 7 particularly, I don't think it's so bad in 7 or 6, or even like the earlier ones for a different reason. But like, there's sort of like death by concept art. Like, you can imagine the artist sketching out those two and like being like, yeah, that's cool from a visual perspective, and like, I don't think like that works okay in like maybe in the earlier Final Fantasies, like, you know, up to like 5 or what have you, when it's like there's not really much of a story, so just this. But it feels like in this, like, Thorn and Zorn were sketched out somewhere. They had their design, and then like they were just sort of dropped into the story. And Final Fantasy IX's story is, depending on, I suppose, on your perspective, to be generous to it, is either complex with many things going on and always lots, you know, without getting focused on. It's like it just, it's messy. It's not following like one single coherent thread like 7 or 10, or even like Baldur's Gate, or Baldur's Gate, we'll not get them involved. Like, or even like Fire Emblem, really, like Three Houses. It's just bouncing between stuff. like if you look at the game's antagonists, I'm not going to include like the what are they called? What are they called? The black waltzes. Like, your antagonists in the game thus far have been Thorn and Zorn, Queen Brane, Kuja, and then we've got this Garland character who's just floating around. So, one bad guy is sort of hovering about, hasn't been introduced, we don't really know what's going on there, but there seems to be a semblance of that, like, he is, you know, the big bad. Queen Brane is, like, died and gone. You know, defeated not by us, but by Kuja in like a thing that most people could have seen coming. Kuja's like we don't really. I just don't feel that we know much about him or what. Like considering how far into this we are. Like he's still playing on this sort of like, oh, you know, am I inscrutable, like, you know, it's not. I don't really think he's landed in the narrative. He's just sort of floating on the periphery. And then these two, like, you know, like I think having multiple antagonists is good. Well, I didn't include Steiner in there. I suppose an argument's sake. But it feels like they should serve some sort of purpose. Right, anyway, I've rambled on. Again, I have no control over this. Right, so basically... Alright, okay, well, forgive me for saying it, would it not make slightly more sense? Okay, cool. Right, yes. We are going to get a few more of these. Because... we do not want to be in the situation where we can't cure stuff. That one in particular. Makes me nervous. What's magic tag? Is that? Oh god, yeah. Right, okay, fine. Is this... Right. actually still have auto push. Turn it. Hey. Counter. Counter's so nice in theory, and that in practice. Right, very good. We might as well heal on here because once we get in there. With that said, it's 2 hours 20. I think maybe we'll heal up and then start the standard rundown. The other thing with this, and like, obviously, to an extent, this episode, like, a lot of time has been used up by the grinding I wanted to do at the start, which might have actually been better done on this map, but something like that. And then going and shopping in Lindblom. That took up a bit of time, and indeed in Scotland. But we're now at a point where we're seeing a lot more combat done, and this is going to like just sum up like the rest of this disc. Like, as I recall, Oliver is a fairly significant dungeon. And like I think there's 3 more like things like that where we get sent off to get these bits and pieces. There's one more place that's inhabited, but I think like all the next like 6 places we go to, only one of them has got people in it, and the rest are just dungeons, which is like it's fine, but it just represents like this unusual pacing that Final Fantasy IX has, that like early doors, like you can't go 5 frigging minutes without having the characters stop, drop, either switch to another person or like you know start an interaction or whatever, and that feels like it goes on for almost the entirety of disc 1, most of disc 2 and the very start of disc 3, and then after that it's just like, oh no, it's just like not exactly a dungeon crawl's a bit unfair, but like, you know, it falls into that. It's just a weird way of pacing it. Like you just could have done this like a lot sooner. Spread it out a bit more, because like the other thing, like I've mostly talked about like the pacing and like getting frustrated with how slow it is and not being able to use the combat, and that's frustrating. But the other thing with this, particularly for like, I don't know what it'd been, like 17-year-old me or somewhere around that age, like I really wanted to know more about the story. I wanted to go and explore new play. I wanted to find out more about the people. And then like, yeah, towards the end, it's just like, oh no, we're not doing that anymore. It's like, that's weird. That's a peculiar decision. Oh. So yeah. The other thing that's been crossing my mind with this is how forgettable some of the naming of places is. Like, naming places is an art form. We've been back to that Scotch place like what, 3-4 times. I was last there less than an hour ago. I can't tell you what it's called. Conte something Conte. Like, and then. Like, I've had to really try to remember Medaille Sarai. And even then, the way that it's like written and spelled and named, it has this really, which really doesn't help with any of this, like these ambiguous pronunciations. When you compare that again to 7, Midgar. You know, like Junon, Wutai, you know, Coral. I think like Lindblom's okay, Alexandria's okay. I'll go as far as Bermesia and Clara. Clara for what? We've only been to fucking Clara once. And then we left, and I think I was drunk when I was there, but I remember Clara's name, but like, Medaille Sarai? Conte something? You know, like, something's got a bit, like, wrong there. Trainer, as well. I think, like, yeah. We go to 10, what have we got? We've got Besaid Island. I suppose I struggle with some 10 as well. But then 10, it doesn't feel like you... It feels like you're more sort of going through, like, the world. It's more about Spira than it is about, like, the individual towns in it. It's just the nature of 10's setup. I mean, Fire Emblem Three Houses, I can't really compare to this because it's just not the same thing. Like, you're not going to places, you're just being dropped in maps. It's, you know, like, yeah, when we're in Fargus, we never feel like we're in Fargus. We feel like we're at the monastery, because that's when we're moving our character around. It doesn't. None of the places have they're not themed in that way. So I guess why are these place names harder to land, harder to register? I think that as soon as you start having a two-part name where let's say, is it improper nouns that we talk about? I feel like it's just referring to something rude. If one of the words is an improper noun, as I'm going to call it, which that's not the term I think I'm looking for, I think you're okay. I think if you call something, I don't know, I'm just pulling some out of my ass here, I don't know, Gilgamesh Citadel or whatever, then you can get away with a two-part. But when you're making up Final Fantasy, where the fuck then is Estogaza? Right, forgive me, I'm going to look this up. Apparently it is in this game. Oh, okay. Right. Well, I won't spoil anything for yourselves, but yeah, I may have misremembered some things. But I remember the name. I mean, I don't remember anything about it, but I remember the name. So that was more memorable. Maybe it's the two. Medain Sarai. Don't know. But something we can have a think on and possibly approach in the future. That is the 2 hour and 30 minute mark. According to the analytics thus far, you are unlikely to have watched past the first 10 minutes. But if you did get this far, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.